it's Tanya. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. What I want to do today is I want to make some more craft fair project ideas. These would also make great Christmas gifts, stocking stuffer gifts, anything like that. And I'm going to be making covered junior legal pads. I think this is really cute. I picked up this Pen and Gear from Walmart, and you get 3 of them, and I think there were like $2 and something, and the size of them are 5 by 8, so you just need some legal pads that are 5 by 8, and I really wanted some that had this top cover on them. And then I just got in my stash and I got some papers that I've had for a long time. I thought this would be really pretty. You'll need a bone folder, you'll need a ruler, scoreboard, paper cutter, and like I said, these legal pads, and then paper of your choice. And I made a prototype. This is the first one that I made, and I tweaked some of the dimensions, but I really liked how it turned out. Now this, and it's refillable. The pad I'm going to make is refillable, and so is this one, okay? It has this little pocket in here, and then a pocket over here. Now, this was single-sided paper, and this came, I think it was from the Dollar Tree, so it didn't have this little covered area, which I wanted. I think it's prettier if you can decorate that top. So this was the first one that I made, but I really do love it. I think it turned out really sweet. So I've already cut my paper, and I'm going to try to turn this single-sided paper into double-sided paper. I don't know how that's going to turn out. You don't have to do that. This would also be great scrap busters if you just have this size paper, or mass makes. It would be great mass make, okay? So what I did, and I'll give you the dimensions, and I'll link them in the description box below, okay? So like I said, these Pen and Gear legal pads, and they're perforated naturally, are 5 by 8. So I went ahead and cut my paper 8.5 this way by 10 7/8 that way, okay? And that's basically going to be our folder, okay? And then we're going to score it. Now, I've decided I want this to be my front and this to be the inside, okay? And I'm hoping that this is going to work. I don't know. We'll see. So what I'm going to try to do is glue this paper together, okay? And it looked like maybe I didn't have them quite cut the same, and I don't know how I could have done that. Let me check. This is 10 7/8. I hope this out one, because I don't have any more of this paper. It's just shy of 10 7/8, okay? So maybe I should cut this down, go in there and cut this down to match this. If I wasn't going to try to make it double-sided paper, I wouldn't worry about it, but you can tell one is going to be a little longer. So let me go cut this one down to match this one. Okay, I cut them to match. I think I've done this technique before. I know I have, where I glued papers together. I know I did. Okay, so I want this to be up like this, and I want this to be like this. Now, I think the other time I used glue stick, and maybe I should use glue stick again. We will see. I don't know. Let's just look. I'm going to need some forgiveness. I know if you're going to use glue stick, you have to put a lot of this Scotch glue stick down. If you do, it's great. If you don't, it's going to come up on you. So I will tell you that. Just make sure you put a lot. Okay, next I'm going to get my scoreboard out. Make sure this is like I want it. And I'm going to just put this right in the corner, just like I'm getting ready to put a piece of paper together. Let's look. Oh, yes, that worked. Oh, except at this bottom, I went a little wonky. Okay. Let's just try to line this up. In theory, this should work quite nicely. In theory, okay? And I found this little roller from the Dollar Tree. If you don't have a brayer, I have one, but I still have not found that this works great. And I gotta get the sticky stuff off my mat. Okay, but if you don't have a brayer, this works really well. And I didn't get it at the end, these edges, very well. I would recommend using glue, okay? Regular glue, because it's probably gonna lift. But I was afraid I would have problems, okay? But that's not bad. I got a little wonky down there, but not too bad after all. All right, and I'll look at that later. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to get my scoreboard out. Now, if it doesn't bother you that you don't have double-sided paper, or if you have double-sided paper, you can totally skip this step, okay? Now I want to score it. Now this is 10 7/8. So the center of this is roughly 5.44, okay? But I'm going to act like it's 5.5, okay? So I'm going to score at 5 3/4, okay, right here. And then I'm going to score at 5 5/8. Okay, right here. All right, then we are going to bend this. I think I better score it a little bit more. Because this is heavy cardstock. All right. Now, like I said, I'm making this much more difficult than it would have to be if it doesn't bother you that your paper isn't double-sided, but it was bothering me. So, naturally, I have to go make my life a little more difficult. Okay, so here is our little spine right here, all right? And I can see right here, I'm going to have to trim a little bit off. No problem. Get my little rotary trimmer. I gotta have this closer to me. I cannot see what I'm doing. Okay, once I got it up to where I could see, no problem, all right? So here this is. Now what I want to do is I want to take this, and on this one, I made a pocket and just put that down in there. But I started thinking there's got to be probably a better way to do this. So I went ahead, and like I said, I ran out of this paper, so you're really not going to see much of this. It'll kind of look continuous, so I used this. This is the belly band. It's 6.5 wide by 5 3/16 tall. It can be as tall as you want it. And I'm just going to kind of put it in here roughly where I think. You could go ahead and score it if you wanted. I think I'm going to have... I'm going to have a little more than 1/4. So let's go ahead and just put this on here. And then I'm going to just wrap this around here. kind of just go like this. You could score it first, but I want to make sure, I want it to fit, but I don't want it to be too tight, because you want to be able to get this in and out very easily. Okay, so see how that's going to slide really easily? Then if you wanted, you could go ahead and score it. I'm just going to go ahead and burnish it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it around here, going to slide it to the bottom, and I'm going to glue it down here. So I'm going to take this out, line this up, try to get it kind of even. This I am going to use my Barely Art glue, and I'm going to put a lot of glue on this, because this is what's making this interchangeable. This is such a quick and easy little craft fair project idea. Okay, and I'm just going to put it, try to kind of center it. You definitely want to get it flush with the bottom. That I know you want to do. You want to get it, ooh. You want to get it straight, and you want to get it flush. Okay, like that. Then I'm going to take my bone folder and go in here and press, making sure that that pocket area is well adhered. And with this Barely Art glue, it takes it a little while to set, so just be patient with it. Okay, what I forgot to tell you is you do want to glue this along the bottom, because you don't want your little pad to be seeping out, okay? So we're going to glue that at the bottom, but it didn't hurt it that I just now did it. We're going to give it some time to set up, and we're going to put this down in here to make sure that we're only glued down so far. Okay. Then while that is setting up, I want to go ahead. I thought that I had another piece of this that was larger, but I guess I didn't. I thought for sure I did. Like I said, I did run out of this, but I've looked the craft room upside down. I can't find the piece that I know that I cut for here. It was wider, but I can't find it. So I guess we'll just go with this. This is cut, and you can make your pocket as tall as you want. And this isn't wide enough, but it is 4 3/16, but you really would want it wider than that. I would make it over here. I would make it about 5 3/16, okay? But since I ran out of paper, I thought that I cut something. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. All right, let me put a little thumb hole in this with my hole punch, my little punch. Just gonna eyeball it. Okay. I think that's really cute. And I was gonna gusset my pocket, but I guess that I didn't have it enough. But you'll make sure you have enough paper, okay? Then I'm just going to put this right along the side and the bottom. Squeeze it together just a little bit. Then you'll have a pocket once this glues with, like I said, with Barely Art glue, it's not the immediate grab that you get with art glitter glue, but once it's down, it will stay. It's good glue. It just gives you, I think, a little more wiggle room than the other, okay? So now what I want to do, and like I said, I was out of this, so maybe I didn't have any more of that paper. Maybe that was it, and I just thought I did. But I cut this. It's 5 inches wide because that's what this is, okay? ultimately, I'd like to have it wrapped clear back here, okay? So this is an inch. So I would cut mine 2 inches tall this way. I would cut mine 2 inches that way by 5 inches that way. But since I couldn't do that, I'm just going to have to kind of cheat as best as I can. I could get the width that I needed, just not the height. All right. So what I'm going to do, since I'm really short and in a bind, is I'm just going to put it up here first. Make sure that it's where it needs to be, and then I'm just gonna do this. Constantly press. So we're almost finished with this. Okay, what I ended up doing is I went in with this really small score tape. It's 1/16, and I put it on the top, and that's working much better. Now I'm just going to slip this right in here. If I were doing this again, I would just I would cut it off and let it stop. I wouldn't put a full pocket, but you can do that. And then here this is. I'm going to put these embellishments on here, and I'm just using these Recollections adhesive foam dots, the really small ones. I mean, it's totally up to you what you do. You wouldn't have to, but I felt like it needed something. And I'm just trying to get them on here. I'm going to put 3. Trying to see where I want them. I think I like it maybe like that. And I think this little holly will look really cute. Let's take a look. Well, here is my legal pad cover. I really think this turned out so cute. Like I said, it would be great for a craft fair idea. They're easy mass makes. It's only, you know, they're really quick. It's just I made it more difficult by trying to get mine double-sided paper. I would recommend using double-sided paper, or like I did with this one, don't worry about it. But let's look at this one. I really love how that turned out. Then here we have our pocket. You see how much more finished this looks. Then when you're through with this, all you have to do is pull it right out. And then you just insert your refill right back in there. And I think it's so pretty. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to have to put glue under these little hollies. The glue dots aren't really holding it. So I want to be completely transparent with you. Put some glue on it, but for this purpose, I was just doing it like this, okay? And then here is the back of it. I just think it is beautiful. And then here's my prototype that I made. Really cute. And like I said, if I was doing it again, I mean, you don't have to, but I would take this belly band and only stop it to about right here. I wouldn't take it all the way down, because if you're not careful, you'll glue it at the bottom, okay? I didn't, but just to let you know. So if you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make a legal pad cover for the junior legal pads for great craft fair ideas, then like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, stay crafty.